When humans first stepped onto the volcanic world of Sirinth, they believed they were alone. That illusion burned away the moment the dragons arrived. Winged titans with plasma-veined scales, scorching breath, and minds sharper than any blade. They ruled the sky, the mountains, and every creature in between. Humans were tolerated, watched, and reminded daily that they lived only by dragon permission. And no one made that clearer than Calith, the Dragon Prince. Calith was revered among his kind, future ruler of all drakes, scales gleaming like sunlight on gold. His pride was a force of nature. To him, humans were vermin in clothes, barely clever enough to build huts and hold metal sticks that broke when dragons stepped on them. So when Admiral Irene Ward requested a diplomatic liaison, someone to bridge the species, Calith laughed. A human ambassador? Ridiculous. They selected Marcus Hale, a young xenobiologist known not for strength or rank, but for stubbornness. He was small, average by human standards, but his eyes held a quiet storm. When he first approached the Dragon Prince, Calith swooped down with thunder in his wings and mockery in his voice. "This is your champion?" Calith sneered, circling Marcus like a vulture. "This fragile biped whose bones snap like twigs? Humans must be desperate for entertainment." Marcus did not bow, did not flinch. He simply lifted a datapad and said, "I'm here to make peace." "You can mock me after we succeed." The dragons burst into booming laughter. Calith's tail slammed the rock behind Marcus. "You speak of peace as if you matter. You are prey, human, and prey obeys predators." Marcus inhaled slowly, forcing his fear deep into his boots. "Then let me earn the right to speak." Calith's golden eyes narrowed with amusement. "Fine. Survive the wild grounds for one night, alone, and I may listen. But when the beasts feast on your bones, remember, I offered you a merciful death." Marcus was marched to the creature-ridden wasteland, a place where even armored dragons moved cautiously. The ground was littered with obsidian shards and sulfur mist. Spires of rock stabbed the sky like fangs. The roars of unseen predators echoed everywhere. Marcus felt his survival odds shrink to zero. Night fell, fast and deadly. Four-eyed raptors stalked through steam vents. Hiss-tail serpents slithered beneath ash, and a massive shadow prowled above. An apex beast known as a gorgont. Spiked hide, jaws like a grinder, eyes glowing molten red. Marcus had no weapons, no armor, only a medical kit and a will forged from the humiliation humanity carried every day. When the gorgont charged, the ground itself shook. Marcus's instincts screamed run, but he ran toward it. His suit alarms blared as he dodged massive claws and rolled beneath the beast's belly. He spotted it, a cracked breathing plate near its throat. The creature was suffocating from lodged volcanic glass. It wasn't hunting him. It was in agony. Marcus scrambled up fallen rock and hurled himself onto its side. The gorgont bucked and roared, nearly crushing him. He dug into his pack, pulling out a plasma scalpel. His arms trembled as he sliced carefully, trying not to bleed the beast out. With a final desperate wrench, the shard slipped free. A geyser of hot air blasted him back as the gorgont gulped its first full breath in days. It looked at him. Truly looked. In its eyes, he saw not rage, but relief. The gorgont pressed its massive head to the ground before him like a grateful titan bowing. Marcus reached out, placing his small hand against its hot scales. "Easy," he whispered, voice raw. "You're okay now." He spent the night curled against its giant form, sheltering from smaller predators who dared not approach a gorgon under protection. At dawn, Calith returned, with half the dragon court, to collect the human's bones. But bones were not what they found. The gorgon stood tall behind Marcus, wings spreading like stone sails, seismic muscles rumbling a warning to the dragons. Other beasts gathered behind it, raptors, serpents, burrowing maws, an entire food chain united, surrounding one human like a living fortress. Calith landed hard, wings snapping in shock. "Impossible," he rasped.
"You control them?"
Marcus shook his head. "No, I helped one. The rest chose to follow," dragons murmured. a sound like distant avalanches. Respect was earned by dominance, survival, fear. Never kindness, never empathy. It defied their nature, yet demanded their recognition. Caliph lowered his head, baffled and furious. Why risk your life for a monster? Marcus stared up at him, tired but unbroken. Because pain deserves compassion, even from prey. Silence, the kind that shifts empires. The Gorgont stepped forward, bowing before Marcus in full submission. Slowly, one by one, every beast followed. The ground shook under unified reverence. The Prince of Dragons, born to rule predators, watched as the predators bowed to a human, his pride shattered like cracked crystal. Caliph approached Marcus, folding his wings in a gesture no dragon had offered a human. Not in history, not in myth. "You have earned the right to speak," he said, voice a grudging growl. Marcus didn't waste the moment. "We don't want war. We want coexistence. Help us survive here, and we'll help you thrive too." Caliph expected a demand for power or land or treasure, not unity. It unsettled him more than any beast could. "So be it," the Dragon Prince declared at last. "Let all Sirinth witness. The human Marcus Hale is a friend of dragons. Any who harm him shall answer to me." Humans rejoiced. Dragons reconsidered their place. And Marcus, once mocked as prey, became a living legend. For the first time in ages, the thrones of sky and soil bowed not to claws or fire, but to a human heart strong enough to care. And in the decades that followed, when scholars sought the origin of peace on Sirinth, they always returned to the same truth. Kindness can tame even the fiercest beast, and respect is not taken. It is earned.